Hello everybody, this is Thor Young with Bear Bull Traders, and I would like to do a recap for you on my trades today. I traded two tickers, BBBY and KSS. Was so nice to have some Catalyst stocks back in for the new year. Both of them had some earnings issues going on and reports of, for instance, reports of like sales misses and stuff like that. So both were selling off pretty hard in the pre-market, and that's what got us onto our list during the pre-market show. One thing I want to reiterate real quick, if you guys aren't utilizing a news source or a chat room like ours to get your data, make sure you're doing a lot of research. The pre-market show is really beneficial under that context. Like you get in there and you've got Carlos, Norm, Peter, Andrew, any of these guys who are in there doing the pre-market show. They've all got a ton of information on their gappers list, really good scanners, anything you could really need to put your list together in the morning. So if you're so inclined, if you like my video, throw a like, and if you'd like to see the pre-market show, my suggestion would be to subscribe to the channel and go ahead and ring the bell. And between those two things, you should be good to go. So into my trades now, I did, like I said, on BBBY and on KSS. BBBY gave me a little trouble in the open, so we'll take a look at that. I actually started off down about $100 on the day. BBBY, I was really looking at it for a short. It had a descending pre-market pattern. It had great levels. It had great level 2. I actually fooled myself on this one. I really thought it was a short. My plan was to go short. I got stopped out, and then for some reason I decided to flip into it when I should have held as a short. And unfortunately, that came out against me. So you can see here, it pulled against my level. It broke down, pulled back. I went short. I was ready for a breakdown, but it wicked straight up through VWAP. It stopped me out. VWAP was my loss. Nothing I could do about that. It came back down. Tried to flip into a long position this time for a break up, and it went up and pulled back down, and I stopped out of it. So unfortunately, not a whole lot I can do there. Actually it's just not cool. So I went ahead and got away from BBBY for a little bit and realized I wasn't reading the stock correctly and was actually a little frustrated, so I had to get away from it so I didn't FOMO into it, because of course as soon as I stopped out, my original short held perfectly true and then it broke down, so I'm stopped out where I was short the first time. Very frustrating, so I got away from that one. Went over to KSS, and KSS did the exact opposite. It behaved itself quite nicely. It opened up strong, came back down, got under 45.95, which was this pre-market high right here, and came down, broke under, settled against 45.70, which I saw as a nice resistance slash support level. Depending on which angle you're looking at it from, came through breakdown, got some nice partials all the way down. So thankfully that one worked great. Went here, did an add-in, and then took another partial off the add-ins. And then eventually KSS pulled up over VWAP and I had to take a stop out. Now, I'm still pretty short biased in KSS, and I thought that was about enough of a pullback, and it started to roll underneath 45.50, and it started rolling under the 200 moving average, so I thought we were going to head back down. So I took a short there as it started to make a new, as it went up and started to reject kind of this level again, but it couldn't make a new high above 45.50. I went ahead and took a short and then got squeezed. It broke right through that level almost instantly and squeezed me out when it lost that level. So not happy about that, but gave a little bit back there, but not too much. As soon as it popped up, held 45.95. I read it as a squeeze. I knew that's what had happened, so I went ahead and took a short in here, loss of the level as my stop out. Got a partial, added in, and then got some more partials as we've moved down. And I've actually been milking this KSS position now for quite a while, all the way down to 44.81. Now you can see here, I've actually added in to KSS here, and then it pulled back and did a little squeeze near my add-in. Actually had me above 45.10 for stop out, and it squeezed up a little bit, but could not make it back to 45.05, so I did one more add. This time it was going to be just the loss of this previous high. So got in there and went a little bit heavier on this one because I was feeling so good about it, and got a nice breakdown to 44.75 and actually lower. But I didn't take a partial because I was doing this recap. So, oops. Anyway, hopefully it'll continue to go down to me and not make me get punished for doing this recap, but it looks like I'm going to take a stop out on it. Oh well. Anyway, I'm well over daily goal today, so it's not really that big of a deal. Back to BBBY. As you know, I lost some money on that to start. BBBY, I let it sell off for a while, and then it bounced off of this 1350 level very nicely. So I went ahead and took a reversal on it. Went long here at long at 1365, I believe it was. Popped up here, got a couple of partials, came back, settled under, moved up, took an add, got a really nice pop up as it was squeezing up. It's actually interesting because it's almost the exact identical pattern to our KSS trade I took. I was just on the opposite end of it this time. I came up here, broke through, took a partial, but came back down, started to hold, so I took a little bit more off in case this was all the pullback I was going to get. And then it came down a little bit more, started to push up, and I was started to go, you know what, maybe this is going to move up. So I went ahead and took a long in it, which came down. I took a stop out, which, you know, that was an add, and I took a stop out, got back above VWAP, so I thought we were going up more, so I took a long, and then it broke VWAP, and I took a stop out. At this point, I was reconvinced that it was a short, so I flipped into a short position, and then got a nice move all the way down to here with some adds. And then I did an add here, got stopped out, and then back short, and then got a nice short all the way down to 1342. So lots of tickets for me today, for sure, but up quite significantly over my goal. But it took a little bit of work for me to climb out of this hole before I could get back over to work. So I hope everybody can take a little bit from this. One thing, you know, I said it yesterday, and I'm going to kind of reiterate it again today. One of the most important things you can do with trading, and I hope the psychology course that we had on Wednesday helps a lot of you. The most important thing you can do for your trading is just staying level-headed. Having bad losses happens to all of us. I think our guy Norm today took a really heavy hit at the beginning of the day. I think he was down about $1,000, but he, you know, he managed to get back to work on it. He crawled himself, and he's closing out the day well green today. So it just shows you that, you know, those opening trades, you know, doesn't mean that you shouldn't take them, because it puts you in the hole. Every trade that you take has risk. Every trade can put you in the hole. So it doesn't really matter about what time. You just have to account for the volatility and all of that stuff. I got beat up on BBBY, but I also got a great entry on KSS. Both of those happened in the opening 5. And the KSS one overbalanced the BBBY one by far, especially after I caught a reversal on BBBY later to get the money back I had already lost on it. And I'm up 2 times on BBBY what I lost from before. So I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope you're all staying green. Thanks.